This is The Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
Well, 33-year-old Jamichael Jones of Atlanta has surrendered and turned himself in for killing trouble. And they said his mother was instrumental into bringing him into custody. So earlier on Monday, deputies visited places familiar with Jamichael Jones. They knocked on doors, asked after his whereabouts. And one of those locations was his mother's house. And they said that Jones spoke to his mother by phone and shared his wish to surrender. He was then met by deputies in the parking lot of a Clayton County hospital and arrested. And so he is now in custody.
And that all of that, he made a permanent decision based off a temporary feeling, because that permanent decision is going to be life in jail.
Right, and they said that he already had other infractions on his record. He apparently has several arrest warrants out. And
He's gone.
Felony murder, aggravated assault, home invasion charges.
He's done. And, now trouble is deceased. God bless the dead. And that young lady is going to be out here is still living her life, Imagine all the trauma she got to deal with, after witnessing something like that. Like, this guy, this is silly. He's going to be thinking about this for the rest of his life, and he's going to have a lot of time to think about it.
All right, now, Young Thug's ex, Jerica, was on the Progress Report podcast, and she talked about speaking to Young Thug while he's been in jail. Here's what she said.
Yeah, I spoke to him. He's doing good, actually.
Good. Okay.
And he's in great spirits. I feel like this is just a moment for him, to learn a lot of lessons. And, honestly, he was giving me advice on how to, he was like, keep your head in the game, wake up every day and put a smile on your face, and be thankful. Respect. And we good. He was like, I love my fans, stuff like that. And that was it. I was like, all right. I really feel like I see his faith. You know what I'm saying? I really, really do. And that's what a lot of people don't know. Bro, that man really know the Bible inside out. Nobody would know that about him because ain't nobody talking about that. Right. People come around him, they don't see how he talk about God. They don't talk about that. They talk about everything else.
That's a great answer, because I hate when people ask me how somebody in jail is doing. They're in jail.
Right. Well, all right, now let's discuss Tiger Woods. Greg Norman is the creator of a Saudi-backed golf series. It's very controversial. And he told the Washington Post that Tiger Woods was offered and turned down a deal that was mind-blowingly enormous. He said the deal reached into the high 9 digits, the offer that was out to him. So Phil Mickelson has already signed with that golf series. They said his deal is worth $200 million. According to Golf Channel, other high-profile golfers are also expected to compete in that new league. That league starts as early as Thursday, where they'll be teeing off outside London. Now, Tiger Woods did acknowledge that he was approached by the tour before but rejected it. And he said Mickelson has his opinion on where he sees the game of golf going. I have my viewpoint on how I see the game of golf, and I've supported the tour, and my foundation has run events on the tour for a number of years. So.
Oh, God bless. That's when you're getting a high amount of money.
When you can
turn
be like
down that kind of money.
$200 million, I'm okay.
Yeah. Didn't Tiger crack $1 billion before? Am I making this up?
Listen, he at one point was the highest paid athlete.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure he's good. So
God bless.
I know, right? All right, now Deshaun Watson is facing another sexual assault lawsuit as a 24th woman has come forward. That woman claims that he ejaculated on her per reports. A massage therapist named Katie Williams filed a lawsuit in Harris County, Texas, against him with her attorney on Monday. She says that he masturbated and ejaculated in front of her in her apartment during a massage therapy session in August of 2020. She also said that some of his semen did get on her as well. So this is now 24 allegations against Deshaun Watson, and the FBI did allegedly get involved last year as well. So she said she gave him a massage a few days prior to the alleged assault without any problems. He tipped her $100, but then during a second session a few days later, he asked her to rub his inner thighs before demanding that she massage higher and higher, eventually leading her to touching his scrotum and him getting an erection, and that's when he stood up and ejaculated.
Now, is it true that Deshaun Watson's lawyer says happy endings aren't a crime?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh, I saw that headline. He said happy endings aren't a crime unless you're paying somebody. Okay. I thought that's what I read.
Yeah, I can't say that I would agree with that, right? All right, now Steve Harvey has been joking about his daughter, Lori Harvey's split from Michael B. Jordan, and he was on his morning show, and he had some laughs about it. Here's what he said.
We're trying to make sure Lori's all right. I gotta start learning from my children. Get out of here. What about you? Oh, it costs you something. Oh,
it's damaging. You gotta go to court.
I wait way too late.
Yeah, sometimes people do grow apart.
I'm gonna have to get away. I'm gonna have to start breaking up on IG because this going to court is awesome.
We love you, Lord.
Yeah, he said it's very costly. And he's going to break up over IG.
Hey, drop on the clues bomb for Lori Harvey. I don't know what's true and what's not true, but it's summertime, man. You know what I mean? Some people like to be single during the summer, right?
Right. We don't know what went on with their relationship, but they've both been out and about. You know, he was at a game the other day. They showed his face. They were saying there's going to be another Michael Jordan crying meme.
Hey.
People just have jokes. He's going through it, I'm sure.
I just
Both
know
of them.
white women are excited right now. Okay? So, white women, put your bids in now because, you know, can't mess with white women after Labor Day.
What? All right, now Ryan Clark, and he's about to be on in a second from the Pivot Podcast. People are upset about him and some tweets that he put out. He said that Chris Brown is more talented than Michael Jackson. He said, "There, I said it. Have a great week."
Ryan knew to tweet that after he came to the Breakfast Club. Ryan, we're talking to the Pivot Podcast next hour. But we literally recorded that probably a couple hours before he posted that. He didn't bring that up in the interview.
No, he did not.
Come on, man. I love Chris Brown, but stop. Y'all gotta stop doing this to people like Chris Brown because when you do this, you're chasing ghosts. Michael Jackson, and I'm not saying this because he's deceased. It's just that what he's done will never be duplicated. This man sold over 100 million records of one album.
Well, Tank agreed, by the way,
Agreed what?
with Ryan.
Tank, stop. Well, come on.
He said, "I've been the only one saying this, and I felt alone for so long. Welcome to the fold. Singer, dancer, writer, producer, actor, painter, clothing designer, gymnast, ninja, etc. MJ is the greatest, but CB has more gifts. Is all we're saying."
That's what they do with LeBron. Like, you bring up LeBron and Michael Jordan, people are like, well, LeBron made $1 billion and he still like to play. What does that have to do with what he does on the court? We're talking about music and we're talking about dancing ability, right? Mm-hmm. That's what I would think we're talking about. We're just talking about that. Of course he can play basketball and do graffiti and all that other stuff. What they got to do with music and dancing? And Chris is amazingly talented, but it's just like it's the bar that Michael Jackson set is too high. Like, why even do that to Chris? Let Chris be Chris Brown, and let Michael be Michael.
All right, well, that is your rumor report. Let's reset.
Graffiti.
Because you're getting yourself all worked
And
up.
how we know Michael didn't know how to tag?
We don't know that.
Exactly. Wasn't he tagging in the Beat It video on one of them videos back in the day?
But I will say, I mean, all right, tagging, but Chris Brown, it's weird. Tank is saying he has more gifts. He says, while Michael Jackson is the greatest of all time, he said Chris Brown has more gifts.
I just don't understand why they
Why are we
bring up...
comparing that?
Yeah, and why did they bring up all of this other stuff? I thought we were talking about music and dancing. I thought we were talking about that artistry, nothing
Let's
else.
focus.
Yeah.
All right, well, that is your rumor report.
We got front page news coming up, yeah?
All right, well, let's talk about the Proud Boys leader and top members, and they're being charged, and we'll tell you what's going on.
All right, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club.